The difference between successful people and non-successful people is here. You have to change this. So if you're at a place in your life and you ain't happy with it, you have to change some things. But you have to make a conscientious decision that you're going to change. And it's not dependent on anybody else. It don't matter what your mama think. It don't matter what your coworkers think. It don't matter what your siblings think. It don't matter. They have nothing to do with it. This decision is yours and yours alone.
Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes?
Listen, everything we think comes into existence. So only think things that you want to come into existence. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you.
Greatest lesson my grandmother taught me. She taught me that when I was really little. She goes, don't ever tell anybody what you're gonna do. Just do it. They'll find out, right? So don't ask for permission. The only person that needs to give you permission to build your confidence is the person you see in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth. So stop looking for unqualified people to give you a pat on the back or attaboy, attagirl. It's you.
Might be so sad.
I think having a purpose is that thing that makes us tick, that gets us up every day and gets us over the hump of opposition and adversity. And the reason that I champion adversity and opposition is because I think for the most part in life, people pretty much know what to do when things go right, right? Like when things go right, they know how to feel, they know how to act, how to react. But it's when that opposition and that adversity comes and it creates a level of misunderstanding, right? Now the vision is blurred. Now you don't have clarity about what you're supposed to do. Now you question if your existence matters. And I think when you have a purpose, it's powerful because in the midst of the opposition, it makes you realize that you've been put here for a certain reason.
Well, it happens small until it happens big. The reinvention occurs in the micro actions that you're taking every single day. The tiny little things that perhaps no one even notices that are creating muscle memory around new behaviors. Tiny little things repeated over time is what produces dramatic change. And it's like this curve, it's like this very slow curve. And everyone wants to talk about the pivot moment when it goes skyward. But the truth is, the real work is in the drudgery and the difficult, anonymous work of shoveling shit every single day. Don't leave before the miracle. And I take that as a lesson in persistence. Whatever it is that you're pursuing to achieve or create or express in the world, I think a lot of people back out before that happens.
You think that big changes are what are going to make you happy. That's not the answer. What makes you happier are the little things. Happiness is the smallest things because your whole life is made up of all the little things that you do every single day. That's how you build a happier life. So pay attention to when you wake up. The first thing you look at every morning. Being kinder to yourself. The little things are everything because they add up to one big happy life.
There's a saying, this quote that I really believe in, that when the pain of the current reality becomes greater than the fear of change, that's when we change. So like when the pain becomes so intense that it's greater than the fear that you have of the unknown, then you'll go into the unknown. You can stand there at the door looking at this abyss, but when it becomes so painful that you walk into that, that's when the change happens.
Turn your feelings off when it comes down to you wanting to be better. What that means is when that alarm clock goes off, your feelings gotta go away if you want to achieve greatness. Your feelings have to go away.
The only way to get to day 800 is to start with day 1. One decision, one shift in your mindset, one thought of being tired to stay the same. The only thing that matters is starting. Day one turns into day two. Day two turns into a week. A week turns into a habit. And a habit turns into a lifestyle. Because the only difference between day one and day 800 is consistency and a relentless will to just keep going.
Patience, and you come out the other side and you realize how much you grew through that, you start becoming grateful, right? One, you become grateful for what you just went through. You become grateful for the past experiences, but also you become grateful for when you are going through tough situations in the future, because you understand that literally the situation and the season I'm in right now is developing me in a certain way that maybe I can't see right now, but I know that if I keep showing up, keep taking it day by day, step by step, moment by moment, I'm gonna come out a better version of myself. Man, I'm grateful for that.
Your journey might not have started with all the answers laid out on a silver platter. You might have stumbled at the start, but those missteps don't define you. Instead, they forged you into someone deserving of creating profound change in your life. Right now, you hold the power to change your future. Don't wait for the perfect time or circumstance. Believe in yourself. I believe in you too.
Don't underestimate yourself. And don't undervalue yourself either. You should be confident in who you are. Embrace what makes you you. Pursue that path, the journey. Fully embrace it. And it doesn't really matter what happens along the way, because it's meant for you, regardless if it's good or bad. And don't let fear paralyze you, prevent you from ever taking the first step. We're meant to prevail above all else. Any adversity that you run into along the way, it's not something to hide or cower away from, to be fearful of. It is a blessing, an opportunity to get to know and truly understand who you are. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. I want to see you pursue that journey fully. Don't hold back. Please.
You think everybody else was gonna die, not you. You kind of consciously know, but you live like you got time. I'll get around to being happy. I'll get around to making it happen. I'll get around. Once things are in place, then I'm really gonna dial it in. You don't think you're gonna die. Begin with the end in mind. That's true in life. Who do you want to be in the end? What do you want to see? Where do you want to go? What do you want to felt? Who do you want to help? What do you want to achieve? What legacy do you want to live, if any? And you're gonna worry about what people think? You're gonna worry about the things you're scared of? This is your life.
We can start over right now, build the image. Doubt is like it's burned off by courage. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, do the thing and you will have the power. We're waiting for the power. We're waiting not to self-doubt any longer. All right, whatever it is that you're deciding that you want to do with yourself, that you're doubting your ability on, just do it. Get out completely. That's another thing that you've got to get through your mind, is that success is not doing the right thing, and it definitely isn't doing the right thing the first time. Success is having the courage to move in the direction of your dreams, move in a direction that your heart is taking you. That is what success is, as you are progressively realizing that thing.
You will never feel ready to do things that scare you. You will never feel ready to take that leap. This is where the 5-second rule comes in super handy. So if you are constantly procrastinating, you probably have a bias towards thinking, and you can use the 5-second rule to literally push yourself to take action. All you're gonna do is count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, requires you to focus. This is a starting ritual that interrupts the patterns of overthinking, of fear, of anxiety, of procrastination. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. And here's the real secret to this. The second you started counting, you actually made a decision to change.
So here's the thing about becoming the better version of yourself. In order to become the better version of yourself, you literally have to kill off your original version. Because if it lingers around, it's going to find you again. And that's the thing people don't understand. They're like, I'm looking for the better version of myself. But in order to have the better version of yourself, you have to have a funeral for your old version.
You have to kill your current self for your new self to have room to grow. And so it's this constant appraisal of your skills and activities. Which of these makes me stronger? Which of these makes it more likely for me to hit my goal? And I just want to give you that frame because that single frame of, is this person being in my life make it more likely or less likely to hit my goal? Is this activity or this behavior that I do make it more or less likely to hit my goal? And I consistently just ask that question over and over and over again. Imagine a competitor that you'd never want to go against. Focused, persistent, always learning, always improving, relentless, says no to everything but that which makes them stronger. You know what he looks like, you know how he acts, you know who he associates with. That's future you. Now become him.
Only the person who risks is free. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal, but progressive realization means that you're doing things that you don't know how to do. You're stepping out in faith. You're being courageous. Your self-doubt will step out of the way when you build the balls to do the thing, and the power will be added to you.